the owner, the guy that's running a brand new league that's starting tomorrow morning at 12 Eastern, 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Pacific. It's called the Racing League. Now, with everything that's been going on, just trying to get this league started, we got a pretty good array of talented drivers for this league, and I pretty much think so that this is gonna be a one league that it will be a long time to remember. So let's get started. Today I'm gonna talk a little bit about the drivers, the teams, and pretty much everything that's gonna be going on with this race. So right now we'll talk about each driver. We'll go down the list one by one, and I'll show you everything that's going to be going on for each race. So the first race car that you will see right now is mine. I'll be driving number 42, driven in a real NASCAR driver Kyle Larson, but it will be driven by me. The second of my league race cars will be the 21 by Jamal Bell. Well, he's a rookie. He probably has never raced online, so we're going to see how well he does this season and see if he can last all season. We'll find out. Another, let's say, a pretty known driver. His name is Larson Fan. Everybody knows him probably through a couple different leagues out there, so we'll see how well this guy does this year and see how much upfront racing he can do this year. So as we keep going down the line, we also got another strong guy in Jeremy Chilson, who is, if a lot of people know him from YouTube and know him from Twitter as JC1997. He's a pretty good driver, so we'll see again. These are some of the guys that will be racing in this league. Another guy that's not known a lot from everybody, but he's someone I know very long, and it's been, when we practiced a couple weeks ago, he's pretty good at, let's say, the cookie cutter tracks or stuff like that. So this guy right here, his name is Chris DiMata. You also got the 88 car. Another rookie, another guy that not a lot of you guys are familiar with. His name is David Gonzalez. So as we go down the line, you'll see the 24 car, which is I'm also racing part of his league, and he also races in, if some of you guys know, the Carnation Cup, and his name is Derek Pierce, also known as TP Games on YouTube and on Twitter. Now we go down a little further to where we get down to a lot more of these rookies, these guys that not a lot of people know, but they'll probably surprise some people in the beginning of the season. So our next person is Joey Trevino. His team is perfect. A lot of these teams that you'll see is a one-car team, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So the next person we're going to be getting down to is the 48 of Jimmy Tessnair Jr. Now, he races in the Carnation Cup, the DP Games League. He's racing in my league, and he races all over the place. He really good driver, very underrated, but we'll see again how well he does. And now we're getting to the, so that's just some of the guys. We also have the number 19. Let me get to him. Blake Gimbel. again, I'm not big familiar with this guy, but I seen a little bit of his, practices and a little bit of everything going on. What's up, JJ? You know, Starting the stream up. We'll see how everybody likes it. See if we want to keep doing this every week. Maybe we'll let other people start doing the pre-shows. So, pretty much, let's keep going with this. Let's find out where our next guy is driving. Yeah, I'm trying to, like I said, to make sure that I get this pre-show perfect. If it doesn't come out well, we can delete it and try it again. But I think this will be a good start for the first ever Preseason Thunder pre-show of the Racing League. So, our next guy, his name is Carlos Bear, and he will be driving the number 1 car. And now, the only other car that we do not have exactly. The only car that I do not have a picture yet. And we will see what kind of sponsorship and what kind of car he will be driving. Is it number 36 or Carlos Terran? Now, this will be pretty much a 25% league. So, we're going to see how strong these guys are and how much these guys can really race against each other when they start this league tomorrow. So, again, 4 times tires, 4 times, just to make your strategy involved into this. But let me run down and let me let you guys know about these really good racing teams. So, starting with Bunny Power Motorsports, which will be myself and Carlos Terran. You also got JC 1997 Motorsports, or 1997 Motorsports, which is Jeremy Chilson. You also got Wreckhouse Motorsports, which will be Larson Fan. It's a test. I want to see how it works out, Larson Fan. I want to see if it comes out well. If it doesn't, maybe we'll have somebody else do the pre-show tomorrow. No, you don't. Everybody has almost one team. One car in the team. You don't have to do that. There's no worries. Maybe we'll do manufacturers for this league. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. Yep. Sorry, Jimmy. Didn't mean to make you worried about that. But let me continue. So we also got Average Joe Racing, which will be Joey Trivion. We got DP Motorsports. Alright, so let's do it tomorrow. It's gonna be 2 manufacturers unless we get more people in it, but I'm thinking it's just gonna be probably just the 2. So Ford versus Chevy with 1 Toyota here and there, so I think it'll help our league. But yeah, my thing is, should we, and I can have a couple other people on there, should we have like 3 or 4 people doing a pre-race show, all of us together? Don't worry about it, Jimmy. You're good. You're definitely good, man. So, back to what we were talking about with the DP Motorsports. So, DP Games is the owner of a league I'm in, plus, as you see, Jimmy is also part of with DP Games and possibly next year with me is gonna be in the Carnation Cup. So we'll see if all three of us will be racing against each other. Oh damn, that is an F. Sorry, Jimmy. You also got Bear Engines Motorsports, which is Carlos Bear. Again, one of the rookies. I feel like part of this game we're gonna have a lot of rookies trying to figure out the first few weeks, and I feel like after those first few weeks we're gonna be really, really strong, and we're gonna find out who's actually gonna be competing for the championship in the long run. You also got, like I said, Bell Motorsports is Jamal Bell. I think, honestly, this guy is a wild card. If he comes into the league and races hard, he might be a guy to watch out for. And you got one of our part-timers. His name is Blake Gimble. He races for Blake Gimble Racing. He might be somebody, when he does race, that can be a threat for the wins, I feel like. Yeah, I believe this league will be awesome. There's no doubt about it. Once we get this going and once we get everybody to race hard and everybody is on the same level, there's going to be competition all through the field. And I think it's anybody's race in the long run. Gonzalez Racing will have David Gonzalez running for them. You also have Spider Racing with Chris D'Amato. And finally, you have, Ali Motorsports, which is run by Jimmy Tessnair Jr. So, now I'm going to go talk about a little bit with the preseason, and then we're going to really get into it with the races for the 2019 Faulkner's Construction Racing League. So let's start this preseason Thunder pre-show. Even more. So during the preseason, oh man, it would be great to have you racing with us. You know that, Jimmy. But again, it's gonna be whoever can actually show up for preseason. But during the season, we're gonna try to make it the right time for everybody. So we'll figure out exactly the times to make it as easy as possible for the regular season. So don't worry about that. But to start off the preseason Thunder, tomorrow, again at 1 p.m. At 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Again, 11 a.m. Central Time, and 10 a.m. Pacific Time. I might be able to, Jimmy, but we'll see. We'll see who actually comes into to race tomorrow, and we'll get it from there. I'll figure it out in the morning. But I told people around my area 11, so hopefully we'll get everybody by 12:30. I'm hoping. So we might be pushing a little longer, so I'll let you know. So the preseason Thunder rules. Awesome. I understand, man. It's gonna take a while. It's definitely gonna it's gonna be hard to wake up. I'm gonna be the same way, so I understand that. But let's get into the rules for the preseason Thunder. 13% races, 2 races a day. There's gonna be no qualifying, and just to see who's the best in all the races for the first 6 races for the preseason, we're gonna do a preseason championship for anybody that actually can race. I know, that's the crazy part. I know. So the 6 races are: race 1, it's gonna be at Daytona, which is sponsored by what incarnation? Race 2, the Roval, will be sponsored by Jimmy Tessnair. Race 3, which is at Richmond International Speedway. And give me a second. I don't have all my sponsors here. This is why I have to fix it. So sorry, guys. Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Again, apologize for this. It's something new I'm trying out. So, but race 3 will be the Richmond 52, presented by JC 1997. And race 4 will be sponsored by DP Games. It will be the DP 12 at the Glen. Race 5 will be the LF 65 at Bristol, presented by the Larson Fan 8842. And finally, the last race of the preseason will be, that's right, the Talladega 24, sponsored by Skull Racing. So that's your preseason lineup. I think we'll find out who actually has we can sponsor by anybody we want. Whoever we get to sponsor that last race, I'm fine with it. But now let's get into the final. This is where it's gonna get really good. Oh, you do? Let me know. Send it to me through here. Send it to me through Twitter. It doesn't matter. And just a little scoop for anybody out there. There might be some rumors going around that we might have a special guest racing with us this season. He actually sponsoring the first preseason race. What incarnation? And that's going to be all up to if we could get him in here. Larson Fan is going to try to help us out, but we'll see. It'll be fun racing with somebody that's raced in the court that's been racing a lot. So, and we'll get to see some little battles between the Carnation Cup and the Core, possibly. So let's get into the 2019 schedule for the Faulkner's Construction Racing League Series. We might be able to do that. We'll talk to Carnation, and we'll see if we can do that. I mean, I think it'll work out pretty well. So, let's get into it. The first race, and I think it might be the most prestigious race, as we do have a prize pool package for it. The Daytona 125, sponsored by Faulkner's Construction. It will be a 50-lap race. It'll be at the high banks of Daytona, the World Center Racing. That will be on April 7th. The second race, which will be April 14th. It will be called the Hot Atlanta 125, 81-lapper. Sounds good. We'll definitely do that. I think that will work for us and see if he wants to do all that. So we'll talk to him in the morning. I agree, Jimmy. Race 3. If you want to, I mean, this year it's all about really free sponsorship, Jimmy. So what we can do is we can have anybody who wants to sponsor during the season. Next year, sponsorship, I want to see if we can get maybe you know, more money into it so we can actually have a bigger pool for the championship. So we'll see about that. You know what I mean? But this year, I think it would be awesome to have more sponsors during the season and everything. I know you are. So don't worry. Don't worry, Jimmy. I got you. So the third race will be at ISM Speedway, Raceway. It will be the Jewel at the Desert 78. It'll be a 78 lapper, and it will be on April 21st. The fourth race will be in Fontana, California, and it will be the Hollywood 100, a 50 lapper at the Auto Club Speedway, April 28th. Then we got the fifth race on the schedule, and it will be the first road course of the season in Sonoma, California for the Wine Country 56. It will be a 28 lapper, and it will be on May 5th. Then for race 6, we go to the Sin City 75, 50 lapper. It will be on May 12th. Bristol Motor Speedway will be the next stop in Bristol, Tennessee. We will be at Thunder Valley for the battle at the Coliseum, a 125 lapper. It will be on May 19th. And then we will race at sorry guys, at Richmond Raceway for the Strawberry Hills 100, and it will be on May 26th. I wonder who that is. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about the birds in the background. It's my pet, so you guys might have to deal with that. But race 9 will be at the Martinsville Speedway in Ridgeway, Virginia. And it will be a 125 lapper, and the race will be the Paperclip 125. And then we'll race 10. They're good birds, but they're messy as anything. And the next race will be at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway in London, New Hampshire, and Loudon, New Hampshire, excuse me. And it will be the Magic Mile 75. And it will be on June 9th. And then we will have All-Star Weekend, which will be on June 16th. Nice. I love dogs. Not a big fan of cats, but I love dogs. And cats love me. The funny thing. But the Faulkner Construction All-Star Race, All-Star Open, will be at Texas Motor Speedway. The Open will be 23 laps. And the All-Star Race, which will be stage racing, will be 45 lapper for a grand prize of winner takes all. They do. I agree with that. Race 11 on the schedule will be the Monster Mile 100 at Dover, Delaware, June 23rd. You got race 12, and they will be called the New York 54 at the Watkins Glen Raceway, a 22 lapper on June 7th, which will also be, and this will be an awesome race because it will definitely be on July 7th, which is the 4th of July weekend. Then you got, which I know I already have a race favorite for this race, but the showdown at Tar Hill will be at the Charlotte Roval, race 13, July 14th. We'll talk about that in after I'm done with this pre-show streaming, if it goes well. Again, if we don't like it, we're gonna do it over in the morning, and I'll probably do it with you and Larson and maybe DP. We'll have it, us guys if you're up that early. And then the next race will be at the Talladega Speedway for the Talladega 125, a 47 lapper, June 21st. And then we get to race 15. We go to Homestead, Miami, Florida for the for the Miami 100, a 67 lapper, June 28th. Pretty hot, slick track, I think it will be that for that race. Then, the possibility of a throwback race. People that want to use the throwback schemes, if they want to do that for this race, they can. It'll be at the Darlington Raceway, the track that's too tough to tame, the Lady in Black, for the Darlington 126. It will be a 92 lapper. It will be August 4th. And then we get to the final 4 races where every race is going to be different and it's going to be a very crazy stretch to the finish. First, we will be at Martinsville Speedway again for the Martinsville 125. It will be a 125 lapper on August 11th. And then after that, you will be at the Sonoma Raceway for another 28 lapper called the California Dreamin' 56. Then our only stop at Kansas Speedway. It will be the Tornado Alley 100, August 25th. And finally, really? Cool. Appreciate that. And finally, we will go back to Daytona, where we started this season at, where we started the preseason at, for the Clash at the beach, a 50 lapper to see how the season ends and to see who will win the championship of the Racing League. And finally, let's talk about it. Let's talk about, after the season ends, we will have an award ceremony, which will be called the Racer Awards. And the awards will be the Most Pole Award, the Best Racing Award, the Best Strategist Award, Fastest Lap Award, Most Surprising Driver Award, and you got the Worst Driver Award, which I feel bad for whoever gets that award because that means you did not do anything this season. Again, another award I will feel bad for whoever gets this award. The Unluckiest Driver Award, which will go to the person that unfortunately does great racing, but they will get knocked out, they will get messed up, they will have worse streams, they will get probably kicked out of the server. Something bad will happen to him during the season to get this award, and we will feel so sorry for that person. You got the Worst Race Award, which, again, that means we all just had a wreck fest or probably was single file the whole race and made nobody want to watch it. And finally, the award I think everybody is going to not want to get, and somebody will unfortunately grab this award, and I feel bad for that person. The Most Choked Driver of 2019. And there you go for the awards for the Racing League. Now, I've been Kyle Wilfred. This has been your Faulkner's Construction Racing League pre-show for the Preseason Thunder race for tomorrow. Again, thank you for watching. Jimmy, we'll see you soon.